Alright, welcome back everyone. New project day. This one was requested several times over. The Magicspell library book Nook. Dolphin Island. I don't know if I've done one from them yet or not, but I know I've seen the name. It feels like a hefty boy. It's got some weight to it. No big info on the back or the sides, either one. Everything's on the front. Yeah, just item number and then a little blurb about the company, I think, here. Yeah. But without any further ado, let's pop this open. I'll go through the whole spiel of this. If you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You can see all my successes and all my failures, and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just try to have some fun. We're not solving the world's problems, we're just building silly little models and enjoying ourselves. If you see any kits or builds or sets or anything you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on to my list, and I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best options, like this one. Alright, got not too beefy an instruction booklet. Let's see how their pictures look. Pretty good pictures, not photos. I think I personally like this kind of diagrams better than I do actual photos. I think you can see where everything's supposed to be a little bit better. So that's I'm pleased with that. Ooh, preview of a chain coming up. Let's see, got a little piece of acrylic dust cover, I'm assuming. Oh, that's disappointing. Was it? Are these? Okay, I thought those were going to be. I was going to individually stick them. These are stickers. Okay. Whew, that was a relief. They're matte finish, so I thought it was just paper. I didn't realize it was peel and stick, but it is peel and stick. Okay. And same on this one, more peel and sticks. Tell by the yellow on the back. And got our, let's say, chunky boy. It's a heavy one. And there's our mirror. I think we're going to be doing an infinity mirror effect. Is what it sort of looks like based on the front cover. Got our magic wand, which is just a piece of wood. It's not, I thought it might be wired, but it's not. One of the extra teeny tiny screwdrivers that I will not use. Got the chains and beads. Looks like lampshades. Chain links in there. I probably can't see it through the... Okay, all kinds of doodads and who's-its and what's-its. And another bag here. What we got on these? Okay, some more decorations and beads and rivets and sanding board. There's brass fixtures, doorknobs and whatnot. And got a pair of tweezers. Seems like a pretty good one. They're lined up pretty tight on there, so they're not the cheapo ones, so I'm glad for that. Tube of glue that I won't use because I've got my own, but it's nice it comes with it. Is it not? It's sealed up and everything. It appears to be just standard white school glue. Got us a speaker. Didn't know we had speakers in here. Got PCB. What is this? Oh, got an LCD on it. Okay, I did not know that. Interesting. I did an LCD on what was that on? That was the Vincent van Gogh's bedroom. I'll try and think to link that one at the end. Okay, I love seeing a USB cable because y'all know I hate dealing with those batteries. And we got our LEDs, switch with lots. Their gluing is almost as bad as mine. Or hot gluing is almost as bad as mine, it seems. So I'll get that untangled with all their goodies. And what are you? I don't know what that is. It must. Maybe that's a touch sensor. I didn't know it made noise, so glad to have a speaker. And there's our. I'm hoping. Okay. Ooh, it's a 4 battery situation. I can never tell. Are they double A's or triple A's? I can never tell. Double A's. Okay. So take some juice to get through. Got the power switch, everything. All right. Like I say, our little wand. That may be a motion sensor for if the wand is going to be what activates it. And that's all she wrote for the interior part. So this guy back up and take a peek at our sheets, and then we'll get rolling. Okay. This open. A good place to go, so I'll just make the end. Of course, cut towards myself because I don't know any better. And let's see here. They're not all going to be that way. Okay, yeah, there. Outside cover, a few details on both sides. Alright, do have guides for our wiring. It's always nice to have it printed on there so you know exactly where you're supposed to send it. Another cover. Lots of shelving, it looks like. Back wall. No, it's got some accordion bits in there, so that must be wrapping around something on there. Cool. There's various doodads and who's-its and what's-its. First piece that fell out. Not overly, sometimes they have that real chemical smell. Maybe I'm not detecting that. It's got a real mild chemical smell on this particular one. They may be better or worse as they go along. Okay. And I hate to jinx myself, but I'm not going to say something until I just get through all the way through them. A few more books, and there's the back cover, I think. Okay, they did show up. I was noticing there weren't a whole lot of books to be made for a library build. They made up for it on those last couple of sheets. I saw these in the first one, but yeah, that's still not too bad, especially since they're stickers. I'm not going to complain much more than I already have. But that's all we got in the box, so I'll pull the first few steps and we will get going on this thing. Right back with that. Actually, let me interrupt myself. I just noticed I have not seen this structure before with the springs on the PCB. So that's something else I'm looking forward to finding out what is. Speakers I've seen, this I have not. I don't know. Oh, it's got a microphone. I just saw that written there, mic. Is it voice activated maybe? Do we have to cast a spell to make it work? Color me intrigued. But now, I'm going to pull some pieces and we'll get going on this thing. Alright, jumping right in, building our front door. So, got our frame, and our doors, supposed to pop them in, and we got our, oh good, that light does show we got the holes for our hinges all ready to go, and we got our hinges all ready to go. It's going to be evidently a fairly fancy schmancy build. I guess that LCD screen should have been the first tip of that. But, yeah, let's see. All those little, especially on the front door here, a lot of brass effects you're gonna see as we go through the night. Pick up that slightly tiny screwdriver I got from that last build, and let's line it up and get going with this thing. I think. This one's possible. I'm not sure it's going to be big enough. Let's see. A lot of. Yeah, it's going to work. Like I said before, these screwdrivers never fails to me. They're just magnetic enough to not be useful. Okay. Sort of getting them in there fairly loosey-goosey. I'm not trying to tighten them down yet. I want there to be some adjustment room on our hinge to make sure we can line them up as we need to. Now I'm going to go ahead and cinch this one down crisscross. Don't know if you need to do it on doors. That habit I picked up from changing tires. Always do crisscross on my anytime I've got a pattern to do. Okay. It's be better with putting the hinge down first. I don't know. Oh, it doesn't go. I'll get the cinch down again. And this is that particle wood, so I'm really being a little particular about the making sure I don't strip them out. That's real easy to do on this wood, but that nice functioning door. Love it. These guys rolling again. First one in place before we start this time. That did seem to be the way to do it. Okay, one more to go. There doesn't seem to be rhyme or reason to use. They're really, and I'm sure y'all have noticed, they're really stubby little screws. There's not much wiggle room on getting them lined up with our holes over here, but it's also part and parcel with the we've got fairly thin wood too, so it's gotta be, can't have extra long screws going through extra shallow wood. Functioning doors. Love it. Alright. Now that's step one. Step two, we're adding our trim pieces. Which I don't think I've ever actually used these where we join them together, so I'm hoping it doesn't take a tremendous amount of pressure. We got also door knockers. These guys. These. Those are second editions. So that's, like I said, we got. I'm supposed to go. Let's see which way. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So. That piece goes on the inside, and this piece Looks sort of like a doorknob. Goes on the outside. So in there, check through there. Let's see how much pressure it takes. It's not much pressure at all. Nice and easy. Love it. That's our interior effect. Not quite as appealing as our exterior. First one would. Oh yeah. It's about like snapping a button. I was worried it was going to take like pliers and stuff to really apply the pressure, but I guess not. Okay. This is pretty tiny. Let me bring you on in for this. It's, like I say, it's not nothing that dramatic. Just popping the back in, hold it in place while you pop the front on. Hardest part for me is picking up the pieces. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've used both of these pieces before, but I don't think I've ever actually used them for the intended purpose like this. So that's a nice little change of pace. This one, I definitely remember using these little guys as doorknobs. This, you know, I'll go ahead and jinx myself and say it. If the rest of the build goes this way, this is going to be I'm going to have to look into more builds from this company, because this has been a dream. You're getting all the fancy details with hardly any headaches. Hinges lined up perfectly to the pre-drilled holes. Got our, yeah. Now, looks like our door knockers. The same thing, but the other way. Get you a couple threads around, then bring in the screwdriver to down and make sure we got it horizontal, or horizontal-ish anyway. Yeah, I think the camera doesn't make it look right, but in person it is. That one's okay too. We got our front door and our door knockers, like some. Your door handles, but still. Yeah, I like it. Looks nice. Alright, that. Now we get to set that aside and not touch it for the rest of the night. So, set you over here out of the way where I won't hit you and knock you off into a bazillion pieces. Move on to step 3. This does not have a doily in it. It's left over. Okay. Here we got, let's see, diagram of where our wires go. And my 2 holes go to the top this way, so we want the gray. Oh, they do have notation there. The blue triangle goes to the blue triangle. Back side like that. There we go. Orange or red triangle. Red triangle. Got us a little stand going. And 8. This guy, this side up. Arrow's going that way. What? No. This one. Okay, so this goes there. Okay, open in there. All right. Okay, this one goes to the bottom. That side up. Yep, there's proper slots for it. Now, that's all there is for step 3. Get our... no, there's not. I forgot these guys. Y'all going. Evidently, you don't go anywhere because it's just this one. You go in here to there. Did I pull a piece I didn't need? Where's that? Oh, no. Now I see where it goes. It goes down here. This thing that I've got locked in tight. Let's see if I can't get the... Okay, wheel this bottom one out. Maybe. There we go. Now, this guy. Inevitable mistakes, as always. Okay, I just... yeah, do it right. Try, don't break it trying to finagle it. Okay, let's go in. There. Now back into place with you. Bottom back in. Top. Down. What am I doing? Oh. Yeah, okay. Aiming for the wrong slot. Okay. Now. Undo it again. Duh. Okay. Third tries a charm. Top. Oh. I've confused myself here. Hang on. Okay, there and there. Holding it like, okay, it goes. Okay, blank side, so we get, okay, so that goes like, so, okay, get different side slots in there, so, okay. Or do we? No, I just saw it. Okay, here, line it up there. Okay, move that in. Okay, now, okay, over here. This one's down here. Oh, what do from this side? Yep, I almost did that again. Did that wrong. Here. Here. Okay. Like I said, way more trouble than it should have been if I just followed the instructions, but there's our structure for step 3. A little alcove with that. Now, step 4. We're already installing our LCD. Let's see. Go. After all that, I put this one on upside down. It's new. 4th try is a charm, guys. Or 5th try now? I'm not even sure anymore. Side down. Follow the instructions. Okay. Now we got our little alcove. It's all covered, blocked in. And our LCD drops in through the wire there. Off our screen cover. Through there. Drop in right there. It snugs right in. And we got this guy and this guy to hold it in. Got this one with the slots goes on this side. And yep, another slot at the top as well. Here we got our little notches cut out for our tabs on there. Down. Okay, now this one, it's notch cut out for our wiring, goes in here. This one on the bottom. I don't think it matters which way it's facing. I just felt like flipping it one more time. Snug there. Let's see if I can find a little pressure. A little leverage on there. Alright. And that covers us through step 4. Now, step 5. Yeah, let's keep going. I see where I want to get to tonight, so it's gonna be, actually it shouldn't be that bad. Okay, so we got a bunch of little bits. I'm gonna try and keep them all in here where I'll remember them. Okay. And you, without the notch, some of these. Are these the same? They're numbered differently, but I think they're, yeah, those are the same. Okay, so two go together. Go in top here. And same over on the other side. Let's do this one. And this one. I think these are two separate structures. Okay, so I got you. Alright. Pretty snug fit on these guys, I'm noticing. It's not crazy lot of pressure, but it is taking some encouragement. Okay, so this guy goes on first into the middle slot there. Get a little more leverage on it, maybe. Yeah. You go. There's a notch to the outside. These two. Okay. Now. Okay. Bring our big boy in. I don't know if we're supposed to. Looks like we can leave it together. So for the moment, I'm gonna leave it together. I may unplug it here in a second to see if it gets too cumbersome. But for right now, I'm gonna go out. Okay, so let's see here. Let's get our speaker. Some of their glue on there. Okay, so look, the bottom of it sort of goes into that. It's not into it. That's sort of. I think it's supposed to just sort of nest in there. And I think these guys will. Let's see here. So, yes, you're going in this way. Tab them at the bottom, but these two line up. Yeah, that's going to give them sort of. Leave it a little loose here. Now, pop it in. Careful not to get too handsy with that membrane there on the front. There is a notation in the book about that. I didn't think of it myself. And I put it on backwards. Okay. Naturally the one that's hard to get on, off and on. Okay, so little loosey-goosey there. That way, that way. There we go. Now it's sort of, let's say, nestled in there. All right. Yeah. So got our arrows pointing out, so you go in here. All right. Oh. This speaker wire is supposed to, yeah, got our, okay. Actually, yeah, it is saying to leave it connected. So, run, okay. Our speaker, our LEDs and our circuit board out of the way, trying to get you isolated. Yeah, they're all plugged in. They're not individual plugs. They're all interconnected. I guess that says to run you through. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, we're putting our circuit board. Okay, got 2 tabs over there. So we're just gonna use you. I guess we're supposed to actually plug this in too. Okay. In there, so our LCD's plugged in, and you there, over here, alright, so held in place. Now, speaker wire, that's there, around, here, and through there. Sort of hanging at the bottom. Just knocked something off of the floor. Feels hit my leg. Maybe it's been trash. I think, yeah, I see a bead down there. I think that's what it was. Oop. Okay. And so it's the white circuit board. Same path as the speaker. And in there. All these wires. Okay, there we go. Just get it to cooperate. They will all line up. That's a pretty good gap. And you are supposed to go down the sensor side out. It says. Okay, so which is the blank side. Okay, so you're gonna into that notch. There we go. Okay. It does not lock in place on that one. There we go. And it is saying let's go. It's a big bunch of wires. There, maybe. Okay. I think that's what we want. There. And I planned ahead tonight because I thought, but I don't want to. I wanted. Okay, actually, let me get the. That one's being a little wobbly here. I don't see any more securing going on. I am going to put a drop of hot glue right under there just to make sure it gets tacked in place there. I think nothing crazy, just a dab. Just a little, barely come out there. Let's drop you in to make sure we're staying where we want to be. Okay. Because we've got plenty of room back here to reconnect, rerun. And you back in where you were. Alright. Let's say at a later date we got room to run parallel to each other. I may do some more up here, but for right now, I don't know where we end up putting the speaker, so I'm not going to mess with that too much. That's about as far as it can go. So, okay. Now that's all for step 5. On to step 6, which I think is going to be my last step for the night. Seems like about a good time frame for it. Get to mount this on our little doohickey onto the wall. So there's our wiring diagram again, so we know we're in the ballpark. Okay, so what goes on first? Okay, so these guys go together first. That's where our speaker goes, right here. Alright. Well, that solves that mystery. Now, this guy goes on here, 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 and here. Alright, so you guys to line up, hopefully. Line up, can't see. Around. I think there's a little one back here I can't see. Looks like it's right. Okay, yep, it was. This guy. As you can probably see, I did get out the old gray marker and sort of did my camouflage in there, because that's right there. That's a really good match on that one, actually. Better than I usually get. Okay. Now, the speaker goes into these 3 slots, the upper slots there. So, like that. Yep. So, alright, well, we got our, whatever goes up on that screen is going to be there. I do need touch up this bottom here. I'm not going to worry about the sides, but I don't want to get that bottom, because that sort of, that brown just stands out. So if I can get it. That's actually being fairly cooperative now, so I may go ahead and go all the way around. Yeah. Wasn't counting on it actually working that nicely. Get these while I'm at it. Actually, they did the sides. They just didn't do the. Well, they did that side, but not that side. Well, I guess they're planning on seeing it from that side. That's cool. While I'm going, I'm gonna go. Okay. Yeah. Alright, let's see. It's little stuff like that just sort of helps out, to me, helps sort of immerse the, help with the illusion. I imagine we're going to end up putting something else on top of it anyway, but but like I say, we got our LCD, got our, now I know where it's going. I think I need to go ahead and hit, like I was talking about, just tack these guys down, just run me a bead straight across there and hit those guys, all those, and tack in place. A little bit of a thicker bead this time, I think. Get you all next to each other. Alright, I think that's gonna finish this up for tonight. That's a nice little bit done. So. And that thing goes everywhere here. That time of year, those little flies get everywhere around here. Get one of the strings off the super hot glue. Alright. Seems to be tacking down, so I'm pleased with that. Alright, so we got one outside wall and the front door. So far, everything's, I think, looking really good. I'm excited to see where this goes. I think it's, I was sort of thinking it looked a little plain on the inside, but it looks like they're going to make up for it, details on the outside, so I'm digging it. Yeah. There we go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share, do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another, stay safe, and click on a link. There's my channel up there if you want to subscribe. There's my other channel where we're going to be doing experiments a couple of times a month. Down here we got what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and over there I'm going to put that Van Gogh build where I had the other LCD. See you tomorrow.